All right, good.
Now sharing my screen, Isaac.
Yeah, before you share your screen, let me one second. So just for her, because let me show you guys what we're doing for Rich and Lola. So we're basically doing the homework. Hafisa did the homework. She got up to this last portion, number 8, and it says if player has the question was if player has traveled outside of the DMV area in the last 21 days, where and for how long. It's a multi-line comment. If number 7 is a yes, then make this question visible. If not, make it hidden. So that's what we're working on. All right, you can share your screen now, Hafisa.
Yeah, this one.
Okay, there you go. So
I'm going to give you the control, Isaac.
yeah, let me get control. Do I have control now?
No, Isaac, I don't see.
Let me request it. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So I should have control. Okay, so now, so what we did was we selected that last question, which is not visible right now. And what you do is you select it, and then in the visible property, you know, you say if data card value 8, and data card value 8 is the actual name of this drop down. So if you double click on it twice, it should select just that element, and you see the name here, data card value 8. So that's what we're doing here. So if data card value 8 dot selected, so whatever was selected, that value, if it's equal to yes, then true, because the visible takes a boolean. A boolean is true or false. So whatever function you do in here, you have to make sure you return a boolean. So if it's a yes, we're going to return true boolean. If it's no, then we're going to return a false boolean. And if it's false, that means it's hidden. If it's true, that means it shows. So, and that's how that works. So if we come here, we say yes, it shows. We say no, it doesn't. So let's go. So we're going to go back and we're going to make this an actual multi-line box, because right now you have it as a single line.
Okay.
Because if somebody wanted to enter in a lot of text, they won't be able to see everything. So what you do is you come here and you select this. And then on the left, right-hand side in your properties, you just scroll down. You can also do it up over here too. If you click on this here, it'll show up here. So watch. If you click mode, see it shows up here. But it's easy to just do it right here. So you see single line, just click on that and then change it to multi-line. And when you change it to multi-line, you're able to scroll down a little bit and change the height. So we can say like 150 or something.
Okay.
And there's your multi-line. So if we say no, there you go. Yes, there you go.
Okay.
What about any questions? You did it. This was great, by the way. This was good.
And I did the another one. You send us the video based on that the travel request. I did that one too, Isaac.
The travel request. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Before we go to that one, let me ask Rich and Lola. Did you guys get a chance to do the homework?
No, I didn't.
No. Okay. What about you, Rich?
Oh, I always have a different version, right?
Which is totally fine. That's how you learn.
But
I can share with you, and you can see what I've done.
Okay. Let me stop. Can you stop sharing?
Sure, Isaac.
Thank you.
I have another question, Isaac. It was like going in my mind that in the PowerApps, we can create the section too, like when you create the workflow, Isaac, did you remember we did the info path form? We did the section, like a user only see the user part when you submit. that lead only see the lead part and the requester part. And when the lead is approved, then goes to that manager see all the way manager part. Like, did you remember we created the
Yeah,
section?
yeah. You can do that in PowerApps too.
The same way, right?
Yeah, same concept. You know, it may be a little different, but you can do it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, we'll do that some other time.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead, Rich.
So this is my Genesis company, remember?
Yep.
So you come down. And what is that? Genesis Health Alert.
Okay,
Oh,
there
good.
you go.
You click on that and you come to your health tracker.
Right.
I will do that too.
And you go to new, and this is about as far as I got. Come on, spin, make it happen. Hurry up. Times are going. There we go. That's as far as I got.
Okay, now that's good.
Yeah, it looks
So
nice.
I got the coronavirus up there.
you got the image in it. That's good. All right, let's do the last part. So
I couldn't get, I tried to make this thing square, and it would not do it.
what do you mean square?
Okay.
Like a portrait, that not that, what do you call that, portrait?
So I tried the two different versions, and it didn't come out like a square.
Landscape, Isaac, landscape. He telling
Oh, the
us.
landscape. Okay, go back. Go. Can you open it up? Open it up in Power Apps. So click on the little three dots. No, go back. Always go customize it. Go back to your
Go back to it. Okay.
form.
Up to find
You
which
got a
one.
lot of tabs open. I think it's the last one, I believe. Oh, here it is. So
So
click on the
click on-
three dots. Oh, okay. You can do it from here as well. The next to it. Integrate, I believe. Integrate. And then go to Power Apps. There you go. Customize. So you basically wanted to enlarge the form. So let it open up real quick. Okay, so in your, go to the file, and then go to settings, and then click on display, and then change the orientation from portrait to landscape.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, I was doing it over in here.
Oh yeah, nah, you gotta do it. Yeah, don't mess with the last one.
Do I just click out?
You just
Yes.
click out of it and you're good. And nothing happened. What happened? Don't refresh. Cancel. Why didn't it enlarge?
Yeah, the form is the same, but it, you know that.
You click on that first error. You have an error. Click on that first red mark. The drop. Yeah, click on that and then edit. So it looks like you're missing another parentheses. So click a parentheses, add a parentheses at the end.
At the end there?
Yeah, it needs an extra parentheses and it's still.
Maybe is there supposed to be one here?
Oh, it's like it's an image missing. You can just delete that whole line in there. You don't really need it, yeah. Go down. Okay, now go down to the second one. Let's see what's going on. Edit. Okay, so like I was telling, let me drive real quick. So request remote. Okay, so Okay, data card value. Okay, so let's see what's going on here.
See, I have the media button. I have the photo.
Is that what it's called though?
No, it was called. It was to add a what you call it? Add a image. Add an image. So that's what I did.
Just add 0. It does not want to go away. Okay. Why is it default? Let's see here. Let's go to this one, see what this default says. Okay, that's just a question. So if we come back here. Okay, so have you had any, that's the display name, which is fine. Why is it giving you an error?
Sorry.
I'm not sure what's going on here, Rich. Let's see. This item. Yeah, this is the same thing. This item, have you had any of the following? It looks like the question is missing. All right, I don't want to spend too much time, but oh, there it is.
Yeah.
So when you guys, so another thing, another tip. So when you are naming your elements, don't name them so long. Don't change, like don't change this here. Um, yeah, don't change the card name. There is a, to change it, you just have to come in here and just click it, because what you guys are doing is you're changing the card name, and you don't want to change the card name. If you want to change this, you got to come in here and click it. You got to click it twice to get the actual um, element. And then once you do that, just click in here and then just change it. Just change the text. So that way it doesn't affect the card.
Hmm.
And I'll show you guys. Let me. Can you stop sharing real quick?
Sure.
Yeah, that's happened to me, Isaac.
Yeah,
So
I'm gonna show you guys.
Mhm.
Hold on. I gotta move screens again. There we go. Hold on.
Okay, so let me show you all real quick. Because that's I can see that being a headache to try to debug. So let me share my screen real quick. Come on, screen. Okay. But at least, I mean, you got that far, Rich. So you know how to you know how to go in there and mess around and change the form and modify it, which is good.
Or make potato salad out of it.
Hey, that's how you learn. Making mistakes, which is fine. So, what is this? Sales pop up. I'm sorry. Wait a second. I'm going to the canvas. I need to go to SharePoint. So I'm like, what am I doing? Let me go to SharePoint and do custom. We're gonna talk about this next time. So let me go to train. Okay, so let me do help desk. Okay. I don't want to do that. I want to customize. Let's see if it'll let me. Okay, it's not letting me. I think I need to go to an actual like an app and not a the list one. So let's go to sales. What is going on? It's not letting me customize. Go to my subsite. How's it unique?
Oh yeah, I remember this one.
I'll just do this one. Customize Power Apps. Okay. Come on.
Okay, so at least I know it's not my computer that's slow.
Oh no, it's just kind of slow overall.
Yeah, it takes a while on my end.
Yeah. Okay, so let me just add a let me add another field. So if I add, for instance, let's see, add this field. No, let me add this one. Okay, add. Okay. So what you all are doing is you come here, you're gonna change this, you come here, and then you're coming to this card and you're changing the card. So don't do that. So what you want to do is you come here, you click it once, right? You
Okay.
see it says card, but click it again. And you see how that is selected?
Yeah.
Yeah, and this is what you want to change, and you can change it on the form. I can say, um,
Okay.
East region, commentary, whatever.
So in other words, what you're saying is the air before you click that, it's you calling it the card, but when you double click, then you begin to write like a label.
Exactly. This is a label. You wanna get the actual label.
But we to be able to put the questions on there, the questions are the labels. Yes.
Yes. So if you
We
come to this,
put the label, not change anything on this on this on the form.
right? Yeah. Don't mess with the cards. And if you mess with the card, just make sure you can't. It should be a short name. Don't make it a long name. It shouldn't be a long name.
Okay. So yeah, because what I did was I went in there and I wrote all of that over there. I didn't double click anything.
Yeah. And if you look at the, let me see if it's here. If you look at the property, let me unlock. If you look on the property, so when you select the card over here in the advanced, the property, what you're changing is this display name. So this is the display name. So and the property, this display name is in here as well. It's called display name, and then you can even change it in here as well. Yada yada yada. See how it changes?
Mm-hmm.
So it's the display name you want to change and not the actual card. Don't change like, this stuff or this here.
Only change the display name, right?
Display name, yeah. So when you select a card, you either come to the advanced, make sure it's unlocked. You scroll down to the display name right here. So you can
Mm-hmm.
do it there, or you can do it in here. Just go to display name. And that's what you want to change.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and you can make this as long as you want. Because if you change this, no, not display name. If you change this, what you
The
got?
data card, right?
Yeah, if
Don't
you change
change
the
the
data
data
card.
card.
You guys are changing this. Oh, data card. Yeah, you were changing this. Don't change this. Leave that alone.
Yeah.
If you change that, just make it short and sweet. You know, uh,
But
leave the
Isaac,
name.
I try to change the data card. It does not work. It give you the error message, Isaac. I try it.
You can change the data card.
Really, I try, but it because of that formula, the
Mm-hmm.
give the name, so it will be easy to select that card. But it does not. It give me the formula is not right. I will try again, Isaac. I will try again to see what is that. Okay.
Okay.
What is the reason? Okay.
Yeah. So, um, any questions? Do you guys want me to build this again from? I mean, I know you got it. You guys got this far. Should I build this from scratch so you can see to kind of cement it?
I would appreciate that if that doesn't mean too much work.
No, it's not at
But
all.
I you saw what I did. I got some of it halfway there.
Yeah.
Some of it, but the disappearing thing didn't. I got it to work, and then I didn't know what I did again, and then it didn't work. And I'm like, okay. I'm
So
like, everybody in my group
Right.
was in contact with somebody with the virus. So okay, everybody else.
same same thing happened to Rick me too. I cannot figure out that
It was
formula.
because I know there was to write the formula, but it was just I don't know.
So
So
let
yeah.
me. Yeah, I'll do that. I think I have it here.
Don't mind if
I'm
he
gonna
does that. I mean, I don't know if he's gonna do that now or doing a video for us, but
say it again. I didn't hear you.
no, I was saying, are you gonna do that now or do it in a video?
I was gonna do it now, or a video. What do you guys want? Or we can do something else.
I think if you do it now, it might be as it's fresh in our mind.
Okay, I'll do it now. Let me 1 second. Can you guys hear me? Okay, because I'm not even using a mic. Can you hear me? Okay.
No, it's like a sound is like a far, Isaac.
Wait, hold on. Let me grab my mic. 1 second.
Did you guys see that the mask mandate is back again?
Yeah.
I knew it was. It wasn't going to go away.
It will not. It will. I don't know because I like to go back home to see my mom.
Oh,
But I can't because that situation of the Bangladesh, India, Pakistan. Is
mhm.
mess. Yeah, that makes me I'm like a sad because I cannot concentrate my job, find out the job because when you have the new job you cannot go, you
Right.
know. At least you have to wait a year to settle up.
No, I
And
knew they were going to bring back the mask because that variant was going too crazy,
yes,
and I knew they were going to do it. And
yeah, because Indian, the Delta variant is too fast,
yeah, mhm. And there are healthy people that are sick. So
Yeah. And what's happened, Rick? It did not give you the time, like a 1, 2, 3, get
right,
your lungs affected right away.
yeah, it gets into the system very quickly.
Mm-hmm.
So I have never stopped wearing a mask.
Oh, me too. Our family too. When we go outside, we wear the mask.
I still, as soon as I come home, I shower. I
Oh,
put
that's
to
yes,
wash. I
same.
shower.
Yeah,
If
we
I go
same.
out,
Yeah,
if I go outside 5 times for the day, I shower 5 times for the day.
like my family.
I haven't gotten white yet, so it doesn't work. But
Mhm. Yeah, wash the cloth, clean up, desanitize the phone and everything in my home.
oh yeah, I have the Lysol I spray on my shoes,
Yeah.
so I don't bring anything in the apartment. Okay,
Hope everything will be fine.
you're still far away, Isaac. We can't hear you. You're across the hall.
That.
There we are. You're back.
All right. Let me. Okay, so what I want to do is I'm going to show you this from scratch because I also want to show you some things that you should never do with the list as well when you create your names. So I'm going to now when you create a column in your SharePoint list, your app, there are two things. You have a it's called an internal field name, and then you have your display name. Your display name is what shows in your column. So this right here, this is your display name title,
Okay.
Okay.
and it's not permanent. You can always change it. Your internal name is permanent, and I'm going to show you what that is. So if I come up here, so it's important to make your internal name, short. Don't make it too long. So when I come into my list settings, when I click on title, if you look in the bar up here, okay, go away. Why is that thing there? Go away. Okay, yeah. Click on the bar. You see where it says field equal to title?
Yes.
Huh?
That's the field name. That's the internal name of this column, and it's permanent. You can't change it, but you can change the display name. So let me create another column. Let me create another column.
Yeah, the thing is, Isaac, when you rename, barcode is still the same name.
Yeah.
It does not change the rename name, Isaac.
So first name.
Okay.
So that's first name. I'm gonna come down here and I'm gonna click OK. So your internal name should always be short. So I'm gonna click if you click here, and I'm gonna show you in the top now. So you see how it says field equal to first name?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
That's what you want. You don't want to make it long because when you make it long and you put spaces, it puts a whole bunch of garbage in there. Now, when you go to your settings, when I go back to my list,
Right.
that's my internal name. But I'm sorry, this is the display name. I can change the display name. You can always change it. So I can come in here and I can say edit, and I can put the space back in there. And even though I change that here, it doesn't affect the internal name. So if I go back to my list settings, and you see it has first name, and if I click on it,
The internal name will be the same.
So the internal name is still the same. See, first name, no space.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what you want. Let me show you. And as a developer, developers hate it. And I'm going to show you why we hate spaces in names. So if I come in here and I put in, and by the way, I'm just creating I'm creating a homework column. So last name, see I have last space name.
Right.
Okay. And that's an interview question too. So if I click on last name, and now watch this, look at this field name. See all that, see last name,
Oh.
0020 underscore name. That's a pain to deal with sometimes when you're so if you're on a team with the developer, they would want you to keep the names with no spaces because as a developer, it's easy to work with no spaces in the names in the column name. So let me delete. But in Power Apps, it doesn't matter. I mean, because Power Apps does it all for you. But I'll keep that so we can look at it in Power Apps. It doesn't cause too much of a problem in Power Apps. But what I want you guys to know though is that when you are creating your columns, just don't make it a huge long, like the questions that I had.
That is not the name of the column.
Exactly. Don't make the question the name of the column.
Right. That's what I did because I was okay.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
So for the one I was doing, Isaac, where it said the symptoms, the what's the word? The column should have been symptoms.
Exactly. So this is that's kind of what I did. See how I called it COVID symptoms, but
COVID symptoms.
symptoms would have been fine as well. You know, all that. You know, just keep it short. Don't keep it long because it becomes a headache when it's too long. Yeah. So let me do that. Let me do these columns really quick. So COVID symptoms. Actually, I like symptoms. Nice and sweet symptoms. And I think that was a choice.
Yes.
Good choice. And then yes, no. Drop down. And I don't want any default value, so I'm gonna take that out. I'm gonna click OK. I'm gonna go to my next one. I think I call this COVID-19. Positive. Oops, no choice. Okay. And then this is the 6 feet distance.
Right. See how you took the one word out of the sentence to make it.
Yeah. So yes, no. Take this out. Okay. And I'm just gonna call this DMV. And then you can, once you do that, you can go change the display name if you wanted to make sense. But since it's in Power Apps, I don't need to do that because they're gonna be dealing with Power Apps. So yes, no. And so this one was, I think I called this how long? Okay, that's it. So now what I'm gonna do now is go to my health screening too. If I wanted to change the display name, I can do that. But just know that there's a difference between display name and internal name. All right. So now I'm gonna come over here, integrate Power Apps, customize forms. Let me see what I have over here. So while that comes up, okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here. I want to make it change the orientation settings. And then I'm going to go to display. And then orientation, change that to landscape. Boom. Okay. And I close that out. And there it is. So now, let me change this. This is annoying. So I'm just going to change this to default. So that should be gone now. Okay, so now what I want to do is, let me just select my form. What I want to do is I want to make this a 2 columns. Just make it 2 columns. And then I want to bring this down a little bit. And I'm going to change the background color of this. So to change the background color of, it's selected, right? The form screen is selected. And it's the fill property. I don't like these numbers here, so I always come over here so I can see the actual colors that I want. I can do that, or I can go to custom, and I can kind of play around with the colors, or do this. And you can kind of see it change. I'm gonna do that. 1 second, guys. Sorry, somebody's at my door. 1 second. All right, sorry about that. I should have had my office in the basement or something. All right. So I've changed the color. Now I can add me a heading. And to do the heading, if you come up here to insert, I'm just gonna go add me an icon, the rectangular icon. So it's right here, rectangle. Mm-hmm. And then I'm just gonna move this up and just stretch it. And I can also change that as well. So I have it selected. I can come over here. Let me do it over here. Oh, wait a second. I don't like it over there. Let me come over here. I keep forgetting about that. And I can come mess around with this and, change the colors. Going something lighter. Let me see. There you go. Usually a graphic designer would do this for me because I have no aesthetic skills at all. So let's go with that. And then I'm gonna add a label. So if I come over here, label. Mm-hmm. Now, when you add your label, just make sure it's the same width and height as your the background. So that way you can center it and it can center evenly. Because if you had it shorter, it wouldn't center properly. So you can center that evenly. I can increase the and I can say COVID-19 check. Oh, missing the D. There you go. And I can change the, scroll down. make it bold. Okay, so that's that. Now, the wonderful thing about this, you don't have to worry about like a submit button or anything, because when you click save, it's gone, you know, everything's good. Now, I'm going to click on here because there's some things that I don't want on this form. So I don't want this attachments on there.
Right.
So don't come here and then push the delete button. Just come here, go to edit fields, and then just come down here and remove, and it gets removed. So whatever you don't want, you can just, you know, do it that way.
Okay.
And then what I also need to do now is, because, you know, when they come to do this COVID-19 check, you know, this is going to be confusing. You know, the questions are not there. So I just need to come in here, double click, and then I need to change the question. So let me go grab the question over here. All right. Okay, copy. Paste. And then I can come over here. Let me copy the next one. Paste. Go to the next one. Copy. Paste. DMV. Paste. And then the last one is my multi-line. Come over here. Okay. So that's that, and I'll change the font later. I need to make this a multi-line because right now it's single. So if I click here, double click, open up my panel, and I'm going to scroll down to where it says mode, and I'm going to change it from single line to multi-line. And once I do that, I can come down here and change it. Now, I don't think that, because some people make a mistake, and I had to, you know, some people at my job are doing this. They will, even though they would change, so they would leave this. They didn't know about this, and they thought that because they can widen the height of this, that, you know, it's okay. But watch what happens. So if I come in here, you see how it's in the middle.
Yeah.
It doesn't start from the top, and that's what it does. So you don't want that, and that's why you want to make sure that it is multi-line, so that way you can, you know, have more space. The single line will just go in a straight line. I don't even think you can hit enter to go to the next line. And it stops at a certain amount, like 255, I believe, is the limit.
And then how do you make that one disappear?
Okay, so what you do now is, so based on this value here, have you
Right.
traveled outside of DMV? So what you want to do is you want to know what the name of this is first. So you come here, double click on it. You want the actual drop down box. So it is data card value 7. So just copy that. And then you come here. For this one, you want the whole card because you want the whole card to disappear. So you come here and you go to the visible property of this because you want this to show and hide. So you can either come here. Well, you need to come here. So visible. So visible, it needs a Boolean, true or false. So true, right now it's that. If I do false, as you all know, it disappears. So whatever formula you put in here, you have to make sure that that formula returns true or false. So what we're going to do is we're going to say if, this is a conditional, dot, selected dot value. If it's equal, so whatever the user selected, if it's equal to a yes, we're gonna say no. I'm sorry, true, because you can only return a true or false,
Right.
and then false. So let's come here and let's see what happens. It shows, and then no.
Okay.
So just know that, the visible property is what you want to test, is what you want to show or hide. And it's based on this drop down here. And you can do a lot of things too. I can say stuff like, I can come over here as well, select that, and I can say, I can go to the background color, or the background color, or it's probably fill, not background. So fill is the same thing as background color. And I can say something like, and oops, let me do that. No. Okay. So let's say I wanted to change the background color based on this value. So I come to my fill, and I can say something like if, same thing, if that data card that selected, let me move this out of the way so I can get my Intellisense correct. So if you're in an interview and they say, so this right here this is called Intellisense. You see how these things are appearing at the bottom? It recognizes what value is next. That's called Intellisense. Okay, so if data card value, let's do this again. If data card, I think it's 7 dot. Okay, is it really 7? Because it's not.
No, because 7 was at the bottom. Aren't you trying to change the one on the right with the
No.
array?
I want to change this based on this value.
Oh.
So data card value 7, okay, that's right. What's going on? Data card value 7. Let me remove this out of the way. Maybe it's that. Okay, selected dot value equal yes. Paste that back in. So if it's equal to it, because this field takes a color. So I'm gonna say that yes. And then I'm gonna do this. And let me mess around with these things over here. I'm gonna say like 150, 200. Let's change the blue. Let's say 105. Okay. So if it's a yes, it's going to give me that green color. If it's a no, it'll change to whatever that other color is I selected. So if I come here and I say no, you see how this disappeared and that went away. But if I come here, I can do that. So you can do a lot. You can also say, okay, you know what? If this is yes, then I want this to be required. So if I come to this field here, and there should be a required property. So if I go down to, maybe there isn't, no, maybe I need to select the card for it to be required. So do that. Okay, yeah. So you need to select the card required, and you can see it returns a Boolean. So what I can do is the same thing I did over here. And since it's the same thing, I can just come here. I can just copy, can come to this, back to this card, go to my required. It's not letting me change it. So what I need to do is I need to come over here and I need to unlock it. And once I unlock it, it lets me change it. Come in here, paste. Yep. So now if I come over here, see how it put that little dot asterisk there, meaning it's required. If I do no, see it's not required anymore. Yes. So with everything that I'm showing you guys, you can see the power of this. You can do a lot of whole different things with just the formula alone, just knowing how the formula works and how to change colors and whatever. So does that make sense to everybody?
Yeah. This
Okay.
flowed.
Yes, it does.
Okay, let me yeah. If you guys can understand like just that every element has properties, and you can also manipulate, if you can manipulate other fields based on that, like we used to do. If you're familiar with InfoPath, I know Rich isn't, but Hafisa and Lola, you guys are familiar with InfoPath. Like a lot of the things you can do with InfoPath, you can do here and much, much more. And this is easier to work with than InfoPath. Like I cannot tell you how much I hate InfoPath. Like I hate InfoPath.
I remember we was working on it.
I cannot stand InfoPath. I hate it with a passion. Like on my job now, I try not to touch it. I just delegate it to somebody else. Like, that's how much I hate it. So anyway. So now that we're done. So another thing is when you're working in PowerApps, just make sure that you save. Like the other day, yesterday, last night, I was at the Booz Allen office in Springfield to like 9:00 at nighttime. I did something like this, and then I made the mistake of refreshing. And when I refreshed, everything was lost. I had to start from scratch. So always make sure you come over here and you save. Just save it. You don't have to publish it if you don't want to, but I'm going to publish it because I need to. But just make sure you save it before you refresh or anything. You don't want to lose all of your work. So with that, another thing and I showed Afiza this earlier. The quickest way to get to your list is if you come over here. If you didn't already have your list open up here, let's say all these are closed. The quickest way to get to it, instead of going around and trying to look for it, just come here. You have a connection to it. Click on this right here and click on edit data, and it'll open it up for you. See?
Oh, wow.
It opens it up for you. So let me do this. It's not coming up because I need to refresh. And if I click new, and there's my form. And if I come in here and I put some stuff in here, let's say I did this. I come here. If I change it, do this. And if I come here and I do this, see how that changes? This became that. If I do no, that disappears. The color goes away. And then there you go. Voila. So, go away. All right. So that's one thing. So another thing you can do as well, is you probably do this more on the Canvas app. Like you can add screens. So we have this thing here called screens where you can do other things. So, so let's say, for example, let me add a screen, like a list screen. And what this is doing is you can connect everything that is in your list can be a part of this. Of course, you have to connect your list to this. So what I'm going to do is, if you select, let me go here first. And then your screens will be listed here. So you can see, here's my other screen. This is called, what I added is called a gallery. And this gallery is asking me for a data source. Like it needs to populate this. So I can come here, I can click this, and this is the information that is in my list. This is the information that's in here. So let me go back. I can also change that. I can say, you know what? I don't want this. So I can come in here. Oops. I can click on here and say edit. And I can, if I go to properties, actually, I don't even do that. I just come here. You select your gallery. You click on your edit. And then I can say, like, I don't want title. I really want it to be my first name. And then I want the subtitle to be my last name. And then I don't have an image. So really, I can get rid of that. I can delete that if you wanted to. It's complaining because it's looking for an image. So I can just delete that whole thing. I can come in, where is it at? Wait a second. Okay. So I can delete that. It's asking me. I can just say 0. Now it's asking for the y-axis. Image is gone. Okay. So this is called a gallery, and a gallery just lists. It lists your values, but we'll talk about this later. But and then you can. I'm going to teach you guys one. Let me show you guys one thing. So let's say, for example, I wanted to be able to get to that screen, my gallery screen. So I'm going to show you guys something. I'm going to teach you something new today. So I'm going to add a button. So here's my button. And I'm going to call this button, I'm going to say view list. Okay. Now, if you guys remember, I was telling you that in PowerApps, you have something called like a function. Like every element can do something, can take some type of action. It reacts to behavior if you wanted it to. So what that is called is called like an onSelect, which is this right here, onSelect. Meaning that if the user selects this, what should it do? So one thing I'm going to say is, let me call this, I'm going to rename this. I'm going to rename this screen. Let's rename this to, let's call this list. Okay. So I'm going to come back here. And when they click on this, I want it to take me to that other screen, to the list. So what I'm going to do is on select, and you have a function called navigate. So it's very, very simple. Navigate. And I want it to navigate to my list screen. And if you click comma, you have these different ways where you can either cover, fade. When it goes to that screen, it can either fade away. It can come from the top, whatever. So let's do the fade, and that's all I need. So if I come here and I click on view list, you see how it takes me here. So now let's also come here and let's do a, let me shorten this. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to add an icon. And I'm just doing this, I wouldn't do this in the real world. I'm just doing this to show you what's possible. So I'm going to come down here and I'm going to look for a back button. So let's say back. Let me right click And I'm going to say reorder and bring to front. Okay, maybe bring to forward, I guess. Bring forward. Oh, it's blue. That's why. Let me just change the color. Let me change the color to white. All right, there it is. Okay. Now, like I said, everything has a properties. So this also has a property. So I'm going to choose the on select property, meaning if I click on this, I want something to happen. When I select this, I want something to happen. So I'm gonna come here, and if you remember, navigate, and I want it to navigate back to my screen, my previous screen, and let's do a different type. Let's say uncover. Okay. So now if I come here just to test it out, you see how it uncovered? It came from this way. If I do this, you see how it faded out? Okay. So there's a lot you can do. So let's say, for example, if I had like this COVID-19 checklist, I mean, I wouldn't do this in real life, but you can have a list of everybody that is taking this, filled out this form, listed on the other one. So let me save this and then publish it, save. Okay, let me come back here. Let me just refresh. So let me click new, see what happens here. There's my button. Let me fill this out. Let me fill out another one. Let me save. So if I come here, oh, let me see if I filled this form out already. I come in here and there's a list. Oh, okay, I see John Doe's done it, blah, 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 whatever. Come back. So does that make sense? So just realize that every element can have like an on select, like if you selected what's gonna happen, what do you want to happen? And then we learned the navigate to different screens and also how to create a screen. So you have your different screens here. You can have like a form if you created, different list, calendar. But at our job, what we use mostly is like blank or a list, and then you kind of add your own stuff to it. So does that make sense to everybody?
Yes, that means
Yes,
that you
it
can,
does. I like that. I like that.
Okay,
I like
good.
the
I
Yeah.
really
fade
do.
in and fade out thing.
Say
Yeah,
that
I
again.
like that.
I like the fade in and fade out. The
Oh, the fade in, fade out. Yeah, there's a
yeah,
whole bunch of.
that's kind of cool feature to have when you're doing things, especially for work, because then people don't have to keep moving forward.
Yeah.
so that means Isaac, you can create another list so you can put all the information, right? To
Correct.
see the information, right?
Yep.
Don't go to the real like a real list or library. This is the sub, right? Just
Right. So what I would do, like I would do something like this that I would do is, let's say for example, we have this. Let's say you had like a registration form, and the registration form requires like approval or reject, whatever. What you can do is in your form, in the list, the user would come to their form that they submitted for registration for approval. And let's say they're waiting for approval. I mean, they can see it here, but they can come in here, they can edit the form. And when the form comes up, what you can have happen is, based on the status, you can have like, approval is green. The whole background can be green, or the approval is red. The whole background can be red based on the status. So the way you would do that is in your Power App form, let's say for example, let me add a status just for the heck of it. let's see. No, I'll use one of these fields. I'll use one of these fields. Okay, let's say I'll use COVID-19 result. So let's say, for example, I'm going to add at the bottom. I'm going to add at the bottom. So I'm going to add an icon. I'm going to scroll all the way to the bottom, and I'm going to get me a square. Oh, no, let's do a circle this time. Let's do an octagon. So octagon. Okay. So what I want to happen is when they come in to edit the form, and let me make sure I am in the, okay, let's see. Okay, yeah, edit. So when they come in to edit this form, if the value of this result is yes, I want this to be red. And if it's a no, it'll be green, right? So as you all know, we know how to do that. So what we do is we select this, we go to fill, and then what we're gonna do is we're gonna come here and we're gonna say if let me get the name first. If data card value 5, so let me come back here. If data card value 5, give away data card value 5 dot selected value is equal to yes, then we want this to be, so we're going to do RGBA. So RGB means red, green, blue, and then A is for it's called the alpha value, which means it can be only from 0 to 1, number 1, so 0.1.2. So these numbers can't be more than 255. It's from 0 to 255. So let's go. I don't know what red is. So what I usually do is just I'll come over here, click on this just to see what the red color is. Go to customize, and red is, oops. So red is custom 255, 126. Okay. Let me put this back to whatever it was. Okay. So I come here. $255, I think it said. What was it, 0, 1 or something? That shows you how bad my memory is. And then I can add 1. It's not yes, that's why it's black. And then I need to add another one. So let me do this. If it's a yes, this value will show. And if it's not a yes, then this will show. So, okay, so now what I want to happen is, let me come in here. Oops. So what I want to change is if it's yes, so I need to change this to something different. Okay. I would change it to green, but I don't know what the green RGBA number is. So let's do this. So if it's a yes, boom. And then I can add a label. I'm gonna add a label and I want to say please don't come to work. Stay home. And I only want this to appear if this is red. So if it's red. So let's change this color to, scroll down. Let's change this to white. Okay. Now I need to come here as well. I need to do the same thing, but this time I'm going to go to visible. So I'm going to go to visible. So I'm going to say if data card value, I think it was 5, right? Data card value 5 dot selected dot value, if it's equal to yes, you want it to show. If it's equal to no, you don't, you want it to be false. Okay, so, all right. Okay. All right, see how that works? So now let me save.
Sorry.
Okay, let me refresh. So you see how that's there? And if I come here and I do like yes, it changed to red, please don't come to work. It should also be the same, like if I come in here and I edit. So that person said yes. So what I was trying to get at is that if you had like an approval stuff and people are coming into their form to check it, you can have something that says, you can have like the top color, this has not been approved, or this is in progress, waiting for approval. So if they wanted to check, that's a good way to. That's one way, like a use case for that. So sorry, I think I took too much of the night, but does that make sense? Is Power Apps making sense to you guys? How it works?
Yes, Isaac.
Okay, awesome.
Yes.
All right.
It's just
Yeah.
yes. It does.
I mean, there's a lot of features and stuff. Yes.
Yeah. You just gotta, it's just the properties and the on select and all that.
So we can modify that my form, right? To add that extra
Yes.
list
Yep.
and also that field, I can add it, right, Isaac?
Yep. You can.
Yeah, I will do that.
Yeah, just play around with it. I'll send you guys another homework. This one may be a little bit more challenging, but I'll send you homework.
Okay. Also,
I would have to do my first one, the first one before I get to do the next.
Oh yeah. Do the first one. Yeah, do the first one. That's fine.
And also, Isaac, you can check my another one that I did based on your video homework. That.
Oh, send me the link. It's in your site, right?
Yeah, in my site, Isaac. You
Okay,
can go.
yeah. Let me look. I'll look at it. I can't do it right now because I gotta go now. But
Okay, you
I'll
can
look
look
at
at it. Okay, Isaac.
Yeah. So just a reminder to everybody, August, I'll be creating more just videos. I probably won't be able to meet because I have a lot going on next month. Like next week, I start going into work twice a week, and then we have like vacation and a whole bunch of other things are happening. So I'll be sending out videos, and I'll try to do better. I should have more time to like add like create the steps for you guys.
Right.
So I think
Like
that'd
the
be
PowerPoint slide that you did, that'd be helpful, right?
okay. Yeah, the
Those steps.
PowerPoint. I'll probably also put
Mhm.
it on my blog. I don't know if you guys know I have a blog.
No. But
Where
I agree with Lola. The PowerPoint, the PDF was very, very helpful.
Okay, yeah, I'll do that.
and also you can send your blog, Isaac, so I can see your blog.
Just my last name, IsaacSuguno.com. I haven't blogged in a while though.
Oh, okay.
I'll I usually put stuff on here. I'll put it on here and I also provide it in a PDF.
Okay. Sounds
Yeah.
good. That sounds good. I
Okay.
can refer back to that for any questions about things. So that's good.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. So what I'm going to be doing, the videos that I'm going to be creating are like actual like solutions.
Okay.
Like I'm gonna do something that I've done at my job and kind of like try to change the scenario and create it for you guys.
Okay.
Okay.
So that's
And
what I'll be
Thank
doing.
you.
Also,
Thank you.
Sorry.
All right.
also, Isaac, if you provide me the section, how you create the section in the Power App, so I can try it and set up the workflow, Isaac.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah, the August I can do it because you don't have time to take the class. So the free time I can do it, Isaac.
Yeah,
And
I'll do that.
that will be good. So I'm going to
Okay.
do the power automation. Okay.
Okay.
Based on that form to
Yep.
see how it's work, Isaac. So
Okay.
it will be easy for me for in my interview, so I can show them.
Right. Okay, that makes sense.
Okay.
Hey Isaac,
All
I
right.
have a question about August. You were talking last week about, you may not be here for the month of August because you've got family birthday events going on.
Mm-hmm.
So you're gonna, instead of us doing a class, you'll send us a video which we would watch and kind of work like that. Because I have 2 weeks, 2 weekdays in 2 weeks in August that the Thursday and Friday I have people staying in town. So
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
gonna I'll be sending videos.
okay, so like next week there's no class, there'll be a video.
Yeah, no class in August. I'll just send videos, see how that goes. I mean, that's how honestly, that's how my class was supposed to go, is just videos and not really me and like not too much in person because that's very time consuming. But because everybody was so new, I had to do it in person. But we probably pick back up in September.
Then you have people like me who still don't follow. So yeah.
No.
No, but like next week, Thursday and Friday, I have people from California here, not staying with me, but I have to help them. And then the following weekend, my cousin is here Thursday, Friday from New York.
Okay, yeah, no, yeah. So it works out then, yeah.
To come the next 2 weeks at all. So
Okay. Yeah, I'll send videos of what I'm doing and then
so was it like, I know it wasn't part of the homework, but the way I know on my form wasn't the best, but the way that I was able to put the button and bring it back and connect it,
uh-huh.
would that be acceptable? Like when you're creating stuff for a firm, or you would want,
You would want to do that. I mean, if I were you, I would go redo that. I mean, no, the buttons and everything, yeah, that's fine. You would do the color to match whatever the color of the company is.
Right.
I mean, yeah, your form is fine, but the errors, you want to make sure that
I'm gonna redo the whole form.
Yeah, redo the form, yeah.
But I was saying that because you remember I created the Genesis culture page.
Remember?
Yeah. And I thought when your questionnaire was because I didn't know where we were supposed to, if we were just supposed to have a list, and I thought you were trying to tell us to put it into the pages we create.
No, that's what I wanted you to do. That's fine, yeah.
Right,
because let's say you had an interview, that's what you want to show, yeah. You
right,
want to
so
show your power.
I was thinking, where would I put this COVID one? Where in the finance, in the IT, and then I thought, oh, that culture page would be the perfect place to have it in and link it from the first page.
Right. Yeah, no, that's fine, yeah.
Because I feel like that's how we could show them that we were linking from the main page to other pages, and if it's just a link that takes it to the page, or if it's to a form, or if it's to an article or something.
Yeah, that's how you want to do it. That's how you want to make sure everything is kind of integrated that you have.
So that means, Rick, you created that list in your that page. List?
Right.
Okay, Isaac, I'm gonna get off now. Have a good night, y'all.
Okay, you too. Take care.
Okay, that means you created the list from that page,
Oh,
right?
Yeah.
Right. So
Personal
I
page.
created the list on my culture page, but the
Okay.
button was on the main page. Because
Yeah,
I'm
you
looking at it from a company point of view, you don't want them to look for the culture page. You want them to see that button right away if it's COVID. So I put the COVID button on the main page.